Hello, welcome. Here we are. We got our exhaust fan fixed today. We're getting our furnace hooked up. The front of the building just got some fresh mulch and weed killer. Jake's changing out the color. There's so much happening, and today we're going to entertain you with
the experimental show.
And the item is?
We're going to prototype. It's the prototyping show. We're going to make a pine cone. First ever pine cone for the Glass Academy.
Because the pine cone is going to be in our fall lineup. The great holiday item. It's a solid pine cone, kind of solid.
Kind of
solid. And Jake and I are working with bruised ribs. You're going to see us both wince in pain as we do certain moves because
we're out here.
All right,
so let's
ready?
do it. We're working out of the furnace today for this prototype process. So Uncle Dennis is working the zoom. We got our new camera with the 25K ultra supersonic vision on it. So enjoy that, and always give us feedback as we're adding new things to the realm.
I will say we're working out of the furnace because we have classes tonight. To turn the glory hole on, it's a 2-hour kind of process to heat it up to the point where we're ready to use it. And since we're just filming this show, we wanted to save and conserve that energy. And Jake's confident he can make it from the furnace. Do you have your mold?
So we're prototyping, no mold. It's going to be kind of like the succulents. So I'm going to take probably like 6 or 7 bits.
And big punnies or little punnies?
Big punnies, and you could probably cut them off and then just reuse them with 1 schmack of tobacco for each one. So I'm going to start by making the Spire. This is something that it's prototyping. We've never done this before. And so this is going to be the first attempt at a pine cone. And I promise you by October, we're going to have some real nice pine cones in the gallery. So I'm just going to do probably 2 coats of this total pine cone color. And then I'm going to make a spire in the middle, and we're going to build off of that spire.
So one of the things where we're making new products too is we prototype them first, and then we see how we can be more efficient with our time or energy, or prototypes take a couple months to make.
Oh yeah.
We've got 4 items I think we went over earlier that are
in the pipeline
to debut in September.
Yeah, snakes being one of them. We've got a lot of people really excited about the snakes. I'm excited about the snakes. We're all excited about the snakes. All right.
How am I bringing the bits to you?
It'll just be, it's kind of going to go like, we'll probably put 2 smaller ones, then the biggest ones, thickest ones will be here. And I'm going to take the flat crimps, flatten them out, then cut them, and then give them a little pull each. Thank you.
So what I'm getting at is straight up?
Yes, and this one will probably be like that big to start. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can picture it here, this is going to be the bottom of the pine cone, and I'm going to build out all those layers of conage going up like that, spreading out, and I'm going to pull them out. It's going to be a cool move. I didn't think of this move. This was something that Chris and Michelle have been making. Our succulents in the gallery that were actually displayed on Tuesday's show are super cool, but it's going to be very similar to that style of, or that technique of manipulating the glass.
Do you want it
I'll probably
down?
take 2 off of that one. Maybe a little point on it and then some heat. Sweet. Pretty raging. So I'm going to have to flatten it and then cut it and pull it. The hotter the better. So we'll see. This is experimental. I'm going to start kind of small with it. A little hotter than that. I know it's out of the furnace. It's a little funky. Yeah, like Michelle was saying, to turn on the hole, if we're not using the hole for bubble classes tonight, it takes about almost an hour for the hole to come up in temperature. So to turn on the hole for a 45-minute show is not good use of energy.
I think I'm going to do a fresh one.
You're going to what?
Do a fresh one.
And maybe you don't even need to shape it up, just one coat and just real hot, and I'll slide it on there.
Okay. I'm so used to going in the recycle tank, which was lower. I'm not doing the best gathers.
No shape necessary.
I know.
Just cooling it
I was
down.
just waiting for Matt to walk and you to walk by.
First layer.
Could knock that thread off. Nice sunny day here in Michigan. The weather's actually amazing outside. Hope you're all having a great Sunday morning. Got something exciting planned for the weekend. I know here in Michigan we have a lot of art fairs that have started up. So this weekend is art fair time for moi. The cool thing about Pinecones is sometimes they're completely closed and other times they open up. So Jake has the option of doing all of this and then he can bend them down if he wants to make it look like it's closed.
It's pretty interesting. This one can be, X2 can be a little smaller. Well, it doesn't really look like a pine cone, you guys. So it's going to take more time to figure out for sure.
I think it's I don't know. I was going to say, it looks like how a pine cone's open.
Yeah.
Right? And so I wonder if you got the thing super hot and pushed them upwards. Like it's closed.
Do one more little one up top. I didn't hear that. Just gotta push through and finish it. Just do it. We can look at it later and see what the deal is.
Push through and finish it. Ah, it's so painful.
Super painful.
Why? That's hilarious. I mean, if it's not what you wanted, let's try it, getting it super hot and kind of like folding it in and see if...
We'll give it a shot.
If that's what you like.
It's mostly because they're not tight enough together. It's really hard to get that trail all the way down in the crevice of each one. You know, there should be twice as many layers. Should be alternating in between each one. So it just looks like a mini tree right now, which is great. But I'm going to try what Michelle was talking about. I'm going to get it real hot and kind of bend it down. We want that bottom part at least. When I was looking at pictures before this, the bottom part's always real tucked up in itself, and then the top starts to open up more and more. So it's just going to take a lot more time to figure it out and not have it look like a tree. But I'll give it a nice heat here and fold it up and see if that does anything.
Are you talking about me? What? Who?
I'm not talking about you.
This is Jim. We go way back to the days at Henry Ford when he was here. He works all our furnace magic. Couldn't do this studio without him.
I don't know about that.
We have a reduction on it. It might reduce in the annealer.
Reduce it?
Well, we don't have a glory hole.
It's already reduced. This color does it to itself. Look at how metallic it is.
I mean, it kind of looks like one of your bonsai.
Yeah, it's cool.
You know, we can make tools too, a different type of crimp there's pine cones right over at Home Depot.
They look exactly like that. They just need to be tighter together. There's got to be a way to get them on there without touching the closest one and get them tucked in real cozy. I don't know what it is yet. Maybe like bending them all down, like taking that first one, then bending it all down so I can really get in that crevice for the next one. Then layer that down, and then at the end, like we just did, pull them all back.
Why, there's no punnies up. Let me show you something.
Knock this one off, or
yeah, knock that one off and save it,
right.
And then we'll do
one
little something.
So we'll take a look at it. We'll sleep on it, think about it, see what the deal is. To the box with it.
So I'll have you bring me just clear.
Okay.
Don't even need to, Margaret, to tame it a little.
Okay.
I have one punny rod up.
What?
I have one punny rod up.
Yeah. How many are we bringing?
I just want one. I just want to try something.
How big?
As big as that first one I brought you. Kind of beefy. Actually, don't even marble. Just chill for a sec. Go straight up and down. So I've seen Italian masters do this. Like, you might be able to, kind of like how we do the roses.
Yeah.
There's wax on these, pretty heavy duty. But see how, like, and then it's a little organic. And it filled in those layers. You know,
Yeah.
if you had a glory hole and then cut it.
It's an interesting idea.
So it was clear, and then we took the blob and we pinched one layer and a second layer. And the other thing that is interesting about it, you know, trying that, if you were to trim it and do it up, it kind of fills in that space there, so it's more like a solid pine cone. And then it won't look like the trees look with the rings around it, right? Because that's all filled in. You do 5 in a row and you trim it, your bits are going to get smoother every time.
Right.
You know, because it could have been maybe pinch the whole bottom layer, then go back and pinch the top layer in. And there we have it. Today's experimental show.
Something to think about, that's for sure.
This is like, I don't know, I mean, it could be like cooking or something else, but I feel like you have to experiment, try your idea, give it some thought, come back 2 or 3 days later, try it again. Think about it, come back again.
Let the brain settle.
Yeah, like those are the things like in the shower or in your sleep, you're like, oh, that's the move I need to make it do.
Yeah.
That's why we don't like make a product and next week it's on the shelf. It's a gradual process.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, the more people you're exposed to and the more you're around, the better you learn. Like, oh, I saw this one guy do this technique. When we saw Lino, I mean, he made little cherubs, he made giant sculptures, he made all these different things. So there's all these techniques hidden in that and which one to pull out of your hat. So.
Yeah, build the repertoire.
Yeah, yeah. We have a Glassies page, a Facebook page where there's people that talk about technique and stuff like that. And you can kind of compare things. So.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good
Yeah.
community.
All right.
So let's think about that one some more for sure and sleep on it and figure it out. And
that's it. Hope you guys are having a lovely Sunday. We're going to go check out some art fairs this weekend. And yeah, get inspired.
all right.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. Have a great Sunday.